Come on, let's move forward. Chris Colbert, your New Yorker.
Yeah. I picked my guy
against Jose Valenzuela.
I picked him.
Now, I've been talking about this all day. Everybody's been asking me. The reason why I say Chris Colbert won the fight was he dictated the pace. He pushed the fight forward. He stayed with his jab. He kept coming. He did not allow the kid to push him. Now, if he was able to be pushed backwards, he was able to be hit on like that, then now we can beg to differ. He came forward the whole fight. He pressed the whole fight, the whole thing. He set the pace.
I didn't understand why people were even arguing.
Yeah, he made the fight. Hey, after the knockdown, he took that boy to school.
Right. A knockdown is 1 point. Everybody got to remember that. A knockdown is 1 point. That's it. It means, I mean, it looks good. It's great. It looks good, but it's 1 point.
And Ryo had moments after, but he went to school.
Yeah, he had good moments. Listen, Ryo's good. He's gonna move on to be a great fighter.
He's young,
but that fight right there, he didn't win.
They chose the wrong fight to try to show that Jose is a better fighter than he was in his previous fight. They made a complete adjustment from him being this power puncher to him wanting to be a boxer, and this just was not the fight to do it. Okay, it's one thing to, after you lose a fight, learn from that loss and make adjustments and improve and things like that. But then you still got a game plan for who you fighting against. Why do you try to outbox or box with Chris Colbert? You came out in the first round and did what you were supposed to do. You dropped him. You put fear in his heart.
Did he punch himself out?
You put fear in his mind. If anything, you worried about getting punched out again. Mm-hmm. But then let me tell you what happens. When I connect, that gives me confidence that I'm going to connect again and I'm going to get you up out of here. That punch that he hit him with was a nice little overhand left on the button, put him down, sat him down. But then they went back to sitting back and being patient and waiting and trying to box.
Can't do that.
I'm good with you saying I need to become better. Yes, you do. But then you still need a game plan for this fight. And for Chris Colbert, you put fear in this man's heart. You hurt him because he's a 130-pounder coming up to 135. And you fight and you punch like a 140-pounder. And that's what you do. You get him out of there. I was so frustrated the entire night with Ryo and their inability to establish a game plan against Chris Colbert, who's a smaller man who has fear in his heart from the opening bell because you can punch.
Well, I wouldn't say he got fear in his heart.
I don't want to say fear in his heart, but I mean,
Brooklyn boy.
But after that punch that dropped him,
just because he's from Brooklyn.
After the punch that dropped him, now
when you drink that water for about 20 years,
and I know I've been misquoted lately anyway, so let me watch what I say. But not fear in his heart, but on alert. On high alert.
High alert.
You had this man on high alert.
Right. He's coming back. He's coming back off a loss, and right.
And so he was on high alert from coming back from the kind of loss that he took.
Right.
No, you supposed to pound that man.
No disrespect to Ryo, you can't box with that boy.
You can't. That boy's after level, 3 or 4 rounds,
levels above.
Why didn't you just say, you know what? Let's go back to doing what we do well.
Because the media, right? We have been saying that he was only going to punch him. He wanted to show us that I can box. Although I thought that was a bad strategy, just like you did. That's what he wanted to hear. He's reading the papers, he's watching the news, and they're telling him that you can't box. Well, he wanted to prove to us that he did.
Shawn and Bo can contest to this. As a fighter, you can never watch the media or people, listen to people, and put together your game plan or strategy for a fighter. Never. So it's one thing we always learn. My father always told me that. Don't never listen to no outsider telling you, no. We got a game plan and you stick to it, and that's it.
So Zab, when you were training, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll be in boxing gyms, and I see kids in their training, and they have their screen up while they're doing their sit-ups, or
What's screen?
No good.
Like they'll have their phone up while they're doing sit-ups.
Oh no.
No good. You didn't do that. So what you're saying is a different era of boxing, right? Yeah. Y'all got in there, you did the hard work, you sweated. Yep. Then you went and had your pre-time and came back and trained again. Yep. Then you went to sleep. Mm-hmm. These kids don't do that.
Yeah, you're right.
And we have a 24-hour news cycle. Mm-hmm. You can always hear it. You can always pick it up on YouTube. ESPN is always on. Fox Sports is always on. You're going to hear that. You're going to see that. They deal with different adversities. Although I think it's wrong, right? And a champion has to block it out. That's what I seen Shawn do. He blocked it out, right? Because he just retired. It's a different level of boxing. He wanted to prove to us that they were wrong.
Right.
So, I mean, I agree with you. Totally right. But that's not the generation we're in.
It's one kid out here that I know, and probably Shawn can contest with me is Devin Haney. Devin Haney, he's trained like an old school fighter. You know what I mean? I mean, there's probably others out there, but I don't see them. Oh yeah, Mason. Oh yeah, the Mason boys. Them my guys. Yeah.
Abdullah Mason. And I've been telling him.
Pops ain't gonna play with them. He gonna make sure that they're gonna get in that gym. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But here's my thing, and the same thing in the next fight that we get to, but with Jose Valenzuela coming back off of the loss that he sustained, getting knocked out and all that kind of stuff, it's almost like it's like he lost his identity, and then it's like, okay, let me find my new identity. And it's like when you came into the ring against Chris Colbert, your true identity, Jose Valenzuela, is to hit and hurt. Mm-hmm. Now you pull all the way back off of hitting and hurting because something went wrong in a previous fight. You got to let that fight go. Mm-hmm. You got to get better from that fight, but then you still have to make the adjustment to who I'm fighting with. Number one, make the game plan for who I'm fighting against. But then number two, what we always talk about, in-fight adjustments. The in-fight adjustment after 4 rounds, 5 tops, is he's out hustling you, he's out working you, he's out punching you, he's out boxing you, getting his ass. Right. And that's what my dad would have said. And whatever game plan we would have had, we would have went back to my identity, which was pressuring and doing and getting the job done.
Do what you do.
So I felt like, I was tweeting during the fight, and I felt like I wasn't giving Chris Colbert his just due, because I was just waiting on that adjustment to flip on. And I don't mean to sound like Chris is weak, but that punch that landed in the first, but that punch that landed in the first round, I doubt he could have stood up to that type of pressure and that type of punch over and over and over. And you already know, pressure bursts pipes. Mm-hmm. So even if that punch wasn't the one being landed,
it wasn't his fault that guy wasn't able to keep it up.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it was like the tweets was more like, this is what Ryo needs to do to change this. You know what I mean? I get caught up in trying to trying to show what the one who's losing could do, and I don't really shed much light on what the winner's doing. But yeah, I said last night that boy Chris showed some incredible boxing ability. He showed some ring IQ on another level, because it's one thing for him to box from the outside, but then to box and pressure with boxing is very hard to do for a pure boxer, which is Chris's game. Chris is a pure boxer / counterpuncher. He pushed Ryo back. And I was just like, yo, how are y'all even arguing this
He's
decision?
A little guy too.
And he's a little guy.
And then at the end, he started talking to him.
Yeah.
I said, oh, man.
That's what the question is. Should he still stay at 135?
No. This is probably...
Go back to 30?
Yeah, he probably didn't say it, but he told me last night, he said, no, I'm going back.
Yeah, go back to 30.
I'm going back.
Go back to 30.
So he's going to get his title.
I see him there.
I just came to take it, and I'm out of here now.
Hey, man. Hey, yo, I'm going to salute to Chris Colbert, because that was a hell of a statement, too.
Big.
Like a performance. That was a hell of a performance.
Way to come back.
You stood up against a bigger guy that hits really, really hard.
Right.
Like Jose is real. Like, that power's real. And we seen it in the first round. That power's real.
You got to think, what kind of message does he send back to the rest of the division?
At 130.
Showing them, like, listen, I just fought the bigger guy, took his punch, got up, beat him. Yeah. Now I'm coming back to deal with y'all.
And Zab, does it give him something?
Yeah.
After that loss, does it give him something?
100%. It brings his confidence back. It starts him here again.
Yeah.
And then he can go forward.
Hey, you know what it do though? It bring you back to who you was.
Yep.
But all that extracurricular stuff he was doing. You know what I mean?
Gone.
That's got to be gone. You can't feel too high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shawn,
Go ahead, Bo. I forgot you were here.
I wanted to tell you before, because I know you're about to end.
I was coming after you, Bo. What's up?
I wanted to tell you about my policy. Do you know about my policy?
Come on, talk to me, Bo.
Okay, I have a policy.
What's the policy?
Keep my name out your mouth. I'm going to keep my foot out your ass.
Oh, all right, Bo. Look up. I said your name. So what am I call you? What do I say?
Don't call me at all.
Just point to you?
That's it.
All right.
Be like,
We tried that in karaoke, Bo. It didn't work out well.
That don't work?
Nah, it didn't work out well, Bo.
Because you did it with him.
I said, I said, Bo, when I point to you, just say the candy man.
The candy man.
Because he mixes it with love. We sung Candy Man.
Hey, you one of the style guys in boxing. How you feel about Chris Colbert outfit coming to the ring?
Man, I was all for it.
Yeah,
100%.
That looked like some trash.
Yeah.
That looked like some trash.
Thank you, man.
I was all for it.
Yeah,
I was all for it.
You was like, dang, I should come back. I should come back just to do something like that.
Man.
You never thought about being in a suit like that, Shawn?
Yeah.
Why'd you do it?
Nah, I didn't want to.
Okay. I like how it zipped too.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, and unzipped so it can just.
I was on the other side of the ring.
Okay.
Co-main event. Oh, did you want to match up, Chris?
Nah, let's go.
So then Jose's not done. He just got outboxed.
Yeah.
Who else can do that at 135? You know?
The top guys?
Yeah. All of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, he's but he's not done.
He ain't done.
Yeah. So, but there is definitely another mental, emotional, and even the physical from the standpoint of just boxing itself. It just meant he's going to have to make, because now he's got to try to figure out how to mix the two, mix the power with that kind of boxing ability.
Would you want like a Shakur in there with him?
No.
No.
That's too much.
No.
That's too
Hell
much.
No.